Good evening, everybody. And yes, I can still say this. Happy Black Music Month. I'm Nia Noelle. Welcome to the latest episode of Wind Down Wednesday. All month, I've been doing features on people in the music industry, and today happens to be the last day of Black Music Month, even though we celebrate year round. You know what I'm saying? But today, I have a special guest here with me. I almost said in the studio. I'm in my living room. I guess this is my home studio. All right. So, my special guest tonight, she's a mom, she's a makeup artist, she's a model, and she's a amazing singer, Columbus's own Shanica Jones.
Hey!
How you doing? Oh my gosh, I forget. I haven't seen her, guys, in forever, so I forgot for like 2 seconds how silly you are, but you're silly like me.
Yep.
So I love it. How you doing?
I am wonderful. Getting back to normal, slowly but surely. So,
Yeah. That's fantastic. And I know getting back to normal means for you, like really getting back to work because this pandemic really, I know for people in your field, just set you down kind of.
Right. Absolutely. So I think we all kind of needed that sit down though, because it gave us time to appreciate the most important things like family, friends, and your house.
Oh, yes, Lord.
being at home, it made you appreciate wine a little more. So, but now it's slowly picking back up and it's going great. It's actually picking up a lot faster than I expected for it to.
Me too.
So it's all good so far.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Yeah.
I do agree that it's been picking up a little faster than I expected. I'm easing back into things I did myself. Turned down a couple of gigs just because I wanted to give myself a little bit more time. But when you were home during this pandemic, panini pizza, whatever people want to call it, panorama. I like
panorama, ponderosa, whatever.
Like, what did you do did you, and I'm not saying you had to do anything, but did you do anything for music, or did you just take the time to be silent and absorb, or were you maybe writing? What was going on for you in relation to your music?
I was doing a lot of writing and I was doing a lot of sharpening my skills, my singing skills. So I would do a lot of practicing in the closet because that's where I go to hide from the kids and, the future hubby. So a lot of writing. And in the process, I released new music during the pandemic. So, I slowed down a lot, but I was still being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's good. So you had a nice, healthy balance of absorbing some of everything that was going on, but also fine tuning your craft.
Right.
Yeah. So, a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people may know, but, a published writer, you're formerly of the group, R&B group Mrs. You guys had a hit on Billboard. You're not a simp to this. Like I don't want people to think I was just pulling like a rabbit out of my hat and picking a random person. Like Shanica is like the real deal. She was signed, everything, but now she's doing her own thing solo. And I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes it ain't all it's cracked up to be. And sometimes it's better to do it on your own. How do you feel about the path that you're taking now with your career and doing things on your own?
I feel like everything happens for a reason. So all the groups that I've been in, the situations I've been in, the labels I've been signed to, in these group situations, I feel like I needed to go through that to be able to stand strongly on my own.
Yeah.
So it just, for me, it's kind of bittersweet because I do miss all the girls. I loved all the girls that I've been in groups with. And now that it's just me, I won't say it's just me because my fiance helps a lot. So I get on his nerves a lot. But so it's like now it's just, me standing on my own for the most part. you know how they say, if I knew then what I know now.
Yes.
So I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot smarter. I'm a lot more confident than I was then. I know my worth now. I didn't so much know
Yes.
back then. So it's like, you know, it was it was it was a growing process, and I'm glad I had to go through it because I'm grateful for where I am now.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people in the industry, their end goal is to be signed to a label,
Right.
whether that's in a group or whatnot. And,
Hmm.
and I think a lot of people don't realize I'm not knocking any of the labels or the music
Right. Right.
because, I work with a lot of those people.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is that there's a lot of great to not necessarily being in that phase.
Right.
And I think you do a really great job of showing that and also
Hmm.
putting out quality that is as of the same caliber. Like,
Hmm.
you were talking about your fiance, you guys, now, okay, so I don't know about you, but COVID has my timeline blended. So I can't remember if
Whew.
your music video was last year or 2019 that you all worked on. Was that
It
last year?
was. It was 20. Was it 2019?
Girl, see?
Look,
This
2020.
time, the year, like
Ooh,
this panorama
see,
got the time all messed up for
look.
me.
I'm like, was it right before the? I have. You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I don't remember. Like, like I'm
Well,
gonna go on YouTube.
you guys put out an amazing, amazing video, and
Thank you.
I checked it out myself, and you put out an amazing project too. So,
Thank
talk
you.
about a little bit the process behind the video and putting that together, since you guys, you know, did it like here and together. I thought that was so cool.
Well, it's crazy because Otis is connected with so many different people, and he directed the video, and he has previously worked with a film crew. And, you know, I just came to him one day. I said, I want to shoot a video for this song. And he's like, okay, babe, let's get it together, blah, blah, blah. So he called his connects and we all came together. And we literally, because things were like, I believe, shut down, on the verge of being shut down, it was something. Um, we shot some scenes in front of our house at the park around the corner, and the neighborhood was really, really cool about it. Everybody was super friendly, getting out the way when they saw us coming. So, I mean, it was cool. Like, it gave us something to look forward to, and something to kind of like follow during the whole pandemic
Yeah,
situation. So
yeah.
it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautifully shot video, and
Thank
I was just
you.
like, "Oh, this is so cool." Like, so many people say, "Oh, Columbus is whack. There's nothing to do here.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty city." And I was
Hmm.
just looking at it through the lens of your creativity, you and your fiance's creativity. Let me give him his credit. We'll DM me and be like, "Miss."
Right, right.
You all's creativity. And I was just like, wow, people sleep on not only the talent here, the things that they can
Right.
do here. You don't have to
Hmm.
go to New York to have a
Right.
career. You can do things from here and still have a great piece of quality content,
Yeah.
product, song, video in your case. So
Yeah. I think the issue is people get tired, they get burnt out.
mhm.
Um, but oftentimes these are the people that are revisiting the same places in Columbus. Like, Columbus has so much more to offer than what it had even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, if you leave Columbus, you move somewhere else, you might get tired of that. You know what I'm saying? You just have to figure out what your city has to offer. And I'm sure it has a lot of great things to offer wherever you are.
Yeah, completely. I totally agree with you. So
Hmm.
here's like the basic question, but I think it's such a good question for people that are interested in the music industry. What advice would you give to somebody that has the talent, but
Hmm.
they don't know what to do and they want to start their path to having a career as a singer in the industry?
Well, what's crazy now is that people who want to tap into the industry have so much more access to other people than we did starting out.
Yeah.
Social media is an excellent tool and a way to reach the masses of people. We didn't have that when I first came out. And it's like now that it's out and I'm older, I'm like, well, how the heck am I supposed to what's a TikTok and what's a this and what's a that? So it's like these younger kids have access to all this stuff and they're more knowledgeable about this stuff than somebody my age would be. So I say take advantage of these things, even if it's just, posting your videos of you singing on Instagram. Hashtags really do work because it draws people to your page. Um, and just remain vigilant. Don't stop. Keep going. You may have down periods, and then there's some periods where it's like your stuff is like shooting through the roof, but you just have to keep going. You have to use all these outlets and not necessarily feel like being signed to a label is the goal. If you want to do it your way and you want it to be done a certain way, you're going to have to work a little harder. Yes, because you're going to have to market yourself and style yourself and, find these photographers to take these different pictures. But at the same time, you get you get out of it what you put into it. Mm-hmm. So if you're constantly working at it, then the fruits of your labor will, eventually come back to you. And it's, just keep going. Don't, yeah.
So please explain to me, and to the audience, I know what you're saying here.
Mm-hmm.
Do it your way, the way you want to do it. Explain that comment, because I think a lot of people don't realize that as it pertains to being signed to a label or that type of situation.
Yeah. So, a lot of the issues I had coming up in the industry were, they want to change your image. Oh, you're not sexy enough, or, we want your hair this color, or we want you to cut your hair, or we want you to wear this wig. Or if it's not true to you and you feel like you're conforming into something that you don't want to be, don't do it. Eventually who you are will come across to who you want it to come across to. And those are the people that you want to target. Those people who genuinely fall for you and your gift and who you are, what you look like, and what you have to offer. So it's like, don't change, don't fold, don't switch it up because somebody in the industry is saying this is what you need to do. If you feel in your heart of hearts and you have good material, why switch it up? Just do you.
I feel like people don't realize that about the industry.
Mm-hmm.
They think that the image that they are or that they portray for themselves is what, the industry is going to go for.
Right.
So I think there's so much value to be able to have that.
Right.
At your own discretion. Like I was telling a friend yesterday that, Pink, for an example, they wanted her to be an R&B singer.
Right.
She came in the industry. I'm sure you've heard this story, but she didn't want to do that. She wanted to do pop, and she really had to fight hard, and she's one that actually persevered. But there's so many artists out there that just don't get to do what they want to do, don't get to have the sound they want to sound like, or their look. So that's why I wanted you to like say a little something about that, because I was like, I know where you're coming from. Like, there's so much value in that,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have a comment from the audience. Oh yeah, she's saying like, quite an experience. Still not doing weekly gigs. Her last performance is February 2020. Wow. Still leery about getting out there, but she's looking forward to seeing some of your performances. So I think that's a great segue to, two things. If any of you guys have a question or a comment, drop it in the comments. We'll get to you. But also to talk about some of the things that you have coming up since Ohio's open.
Right. So I'm working with a band right now, the Deal Breakers. It's like the hottest go-go band here in Columbus, Ohio. Very high energy. So it's whenever you come to a show, please know to wear comfortable shoes. Yes. Wear some comfortable shoes because it's going to be a party. We have shows coming up, I believe. Yeah, the 9th. There's a show at Aftermath. It's a venue called Aftermath on the east side. Um, and then I also have a show coming up at the Columbus Museum of Art for First Fridays. It's called The Color of Summer. And I'll be working with Quan Howell and the Quan Howell Project for that show. So I'm kind of floating around, getting back into it.
I think that's great. I've hosted some of the shows that you've done, and we worked together with Fashion Week and stuff. So I
Yeah.
know what it's like when girlfriend hits the stage. Like, wear comfortable shoes, people. Like, for real.
Yes.
Because you ain't gonna want to sit there, and then we don't want to see your crusty toes because you got to throw your shoes
Right,
off.
right.
So, what are some of the things that inspire you? Because you're a published writer. What are
Mhm.
some of the things that inspire you when you are trying to put the pen to the paper?
Um, right now, I mean, there's a few things. Family is one of the things that inspires me. Love inspires me. It
Mm,
feels so good to be able to write about how good it feels to be in a relationship or be in love as opposed to, oh, men ain't crap.
yes,
You know what I mean? So it's like I
yes,
have a different story to tell now, even though I could still write, those old songs and about those old stories. I just, for what? So it's just, I'm inspired by a lot of things, especially like these younger artists. They're so carefree and
yeah,
free with being who they are and who they want to be. They put out what they want to put out. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you do like it, that's great too. So, this younger generation is so just, I'm going to go out there and do it. And I'm inspired by that a lot because it inspires me to continue to put out new music and continue to write, and I'm trying to keep up with these babies now. Shoot.
that's why they're there. You
Yeah.
got kids, you got a family, and everything. Like, you can
Yeah.
be inspired by a lot of the things that they're doing and your family
Right.
and different younger artists and stuff. They
Right.
don't always have to be inspired by us elders.
Right. Exactly. That is true.
So that makes me think, artists that you would love to work with. It can be dead or
Ooh.
alive. I don't care.
Um, Artists that I would love to work with.
Just give me like three.
Okay, her would be one of them.
Oh, she's everywhere right now.
That's like Baby Prince. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I mean, it is Baby Prince because he worked with him, like he molded her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, he's probably working through her from the heavens.
Yes, absolutely. So her would be one. Um, as far as like producers are concerned, I would love to work with like Pharrell. Um, he's amazing.
Yeah,
And
I don't
then
think people realize all the people and songs he's
yeah,
like the stuff he's done, and I'm like,
yeah,
well beyond that.
exactly. And I've always had this like thing where I wanted to work with like Missy and Timbaland on an album. Like we just come together and just, get an album together and put it out.
I'm just thinking like that would be so epic because I'm a
Yes.
Missy and Tim fan. I skipped school to go buy a Missy CD back in the day. I'm sorry, Mom. My mom's
Oh no.
probably gonna hear this. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm really sorry.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I say that to say they're both so epic, and the magic that they make together.
Yeah.
Ciao. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. I think
So
that's amazing.
yeah.
So I just want to give some advice to
Mhm.
people that are out there and maybe stuck, because I know
Mhm.
being a creative, sometimes you get stuck.
Right. Right.
What can we do as a creative when we are stuck and we have this talent and we want to get it out?
Mhm.
What is your advice? Because I know it's probably happened to you because you've been in the business too long for it to not
Right.
have happened to you.
Right. Well, my advice for them would be, first of all, if you have to believe in your gift, and whatever, I don't know what your religion, regardless of your religion, you have to have faith in the process. If you know that what you have to offer is great, and you feel like it's something that people need to hear, just don't let up, don't lose hope. Sometimes we get in positions, like I said, where it's just like nothing is happening, nothing is going on. But then you'll have a song that's 2 years old, and it reaches, like, say, TikTok or something.
Oh,
And there was a young man, he has a song that's like 3 years old, and it now has 1.9 billion streams or something on TikTok. So it's like, you can't, just because they're not listening right now doesn't
mhm.
mean that they won't listen in the future. So it's
Yes.
like, don't totally just, you know, throw the situation in the trash. Like, you can breathe life into anything. Like I said, just keep going at it. Don't allow other people to discourage you, because other people who are stuck, a lot of them have a way of trying to make others feel like, oh, well, ain't no hope in this. You might
Mhm.
as well stop and go ahead and get that warehouse job, or, do pick up another job or XYZ and give up on your craft. But it's bound to happen. It's If you stick
Yeah.
with it, it will definitely happen. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a worldwide sensation. You can gain a following anywhere. It's
Mhm.
like you could have 500 people in one city, 300 in another city.
Yes.
It's a following regardless. So nobody is an overnight success. I know a lot of people feel like, oh, they just came out of nowhere. No, I'm sure there's a backstory to where they came from. So just stick with it. Keep believing in your gift. Keep believing in your craft. Don't allow no to be your final answer,
Mm.
because there are actors, there are singers who have heard 40,000 no's, and
Yeah.
all it took was that one yes, and now they're just out of here. So you just got to stick with it. Don't let people discourage you. Don't let put downs discourage you, because it's a lot of people out here hiding behind fake accounts talking
Yeah.
about your stuff is trash, you look like trash, and blase skip. We can't be feeding into that negativity either.
So let's talk about that because social media, obviously we're broadcasting now on our website, social media, YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of
Hmm.
stuff. What How do you cope with it as a public figure or an artist with people that are snarky comments like trolls? How do you cope with that?
What's crazy is it took me a while to come to grips with the fact that whatever issue people have with you is their issue.
Okay, preach.
It's not your issue. So once I began looking at it like that, it's like, for someone who doesn't know me to dislike me so much,
Yeah.
it must be something going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't afford to carry the issues that they're dealing with on our backs, because here they come with some mess to say that's your issue. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to feed into that. Like, I'm good over here, so you need to focus on what's wrong with you over there.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
people, they feel so entitled just to drop in the comments now and just say things,
Hmm. Yeah.
hurtful things,
Right.
untruthful things, and stupid
Right.
things, and
Yeah.
not even think about how it affects the person's comment that they're dropping in.
Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah.
And that should show you right there, like, okay, this person doesn't know me, yet they say XYZ.
Mhm.
Um, they don't know my story, they don't know my background,
Yeah.
they just know what I give them. And for them to base an opinion off of what I'm giving them and come at me foul, and I've never met you in person, like, that's weird. So, like,
Yeah. And most of the time it's somebody commenting that doesn't even know you at all. Like they're
A-
going based upon what you posted on social media or your
yeah,
music video or what you wrote in a song.
absolutely.
I'd be like,
Absolutely. And the block button works all day, folks. Block, block. It works.
love block.
Let me
Like
go
I
ahead and
just be
block
like,
you real
really?
quick.
Click up.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of stuff, you got to learn to laugh at it. Like, I've had a couple comments, oh, I listen to your stuff and it's trash and blah, blah, blah. But you listen to it though.
Thank you for the
Thank
stream.
you. Exactly. So you found it interesting enough to listen to it, and you commented on every song. So you listen to it. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Like you just,
Yeah.
it's a gift and a curse. Being known is a gift and a curse. You let people into your life. It's a gift and a curse because you have to deal with the good things and you got to deal with the bad things.
All of
So,
it. Yeah, you can't
hmm
pick and choose.
right.
I think that's amazing advice because,
Hmm.
immediately you want to reciprocate with Twitter fingers, but
Right. Right. Yeah.
like, just taking a moment to think this person don't know me. They on that mess. Like,
Yeah.
I think
No.
that's such sound advice to
Hmm.
give. So, today's the last day of Black Music Month, but as an artist, what does Black Music Month mean to you? Like, does it mean anything? Is there significance for you as an artist?
For me, it means that, well, first of all, it makes me grateful that so many, previous Black artists went through what they went through because, when we first started, we had to fight to even have our voices heard.
Yes.
Um, so it makes me appreciate the struggles that they went through in order for us to have this platform that we even have. And it's like Black music is the foundation of all music.
Says preach, honey.
So without Black
Let them
music,
know. Let them know.
there would be no country, there would be no rock and roll, there
Mhm.
would be no pop. And it's just like, you know, it just makes me appreciate where we come from and how far we've come musically, and for us to finally be getting the recognition
Yes.
that we should have been getting all along. But it's like we're great, and a lot of people are afraid of how great we are, and they see the potential in what we have, and they see what we offer, and that's why a lot of times they take what we have and then they put their little stamp on it, like, oh, this was made by XYZ. No, in all actuality, it was first made by ABC over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So, it's, I'm just grateful for, the voices before me and the artists before me who went through what they went through. Because a lot of people put music out and, they don't think about how, oh, I wouldn't have been able to do this back in the day,
Yeah.
or I wouldn't have had the freedom to do this back in the day. They had a clamp and I don't know, it's like you had to have a pass to perform, and then you still didn't really get the leeway that you deserved. So artists were pretty much caged in back then, and it's like now we have the freedom to do whatever we want to do. And I'm just grateful for that freedom to be able to do whatever I want to do. Today, if I want to do rock, I can. Tomorrow, if I want to do country, I can.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I'm just grateful for that freedom.
Yeah. I think that's a great perspective to have,
Hmm.
and taking a nod because we weren't able to, like you said. And
Right.
I think also of the times where, I've watched docuseries or biopics, seeing
Yeah.
artists that came before, like they couldn't even walk in the front door of the venue that they were
Right.
at,
Right.
or they couldn't use a dressing room. And,
Exactly.
so I think that that's such a great perspective to have.
Hmm.
And, just remembering that whatever industry you're in, that somebody paved the way before you
Right.
and being
Absolutely.
thankful.
Yeah. We will never be bigger than Black music. Like it's it came along long before we did.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So, final question before we wrap.
Hmm.
What is coming up? I know you've got performances, but what are you cooking up? Because what I know about you, you always working on something, whether that's a full album, another EP, another video. What
Yeah.
are you working on, girl, besides all these performances that you got coming up?
Well, I started my own. I'm doing makeup now, so
Right.
um, I started that about 2 years ago. I've been
Yeah.
doing it on and off for, I won't tell my age, but for a while.
Look,
Because,
I've seen you backstage at like helping me out when we were doing Fashion Week.
honey,
And
listen.
and you would be like helping, like I'd be like, oh my gosh, we need to touch up. Where's the makeup artist? And you back there beating face. Like, oh,
Yes,
yes,
because you know what's crazy? I came up in the modeling industry. I
right.
was 20 and we would be on set and there wasn't anybody who knew what to do with my face or the black girl's face sitting next to me. So I would have to beat our faces. And that's pretty much how it started. Like I'm on set, I got hired for the job, but I'm beating somebody's face.
Oh, people have no idea, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And it's still going on until this day, but that's a whole nother conversation.
we ain't all the way there yet. We working
Right.
towards
We working, we getting there, but
it, definitely. So yeah,
woo.
you're doing more makeup. I know you're still doing some modeling gigs because I'll be
Yeah.
seeing you and I'll be like, look at my girl there.
Yeah, so I'm
Modeling
still
in some yoga pants or something like that.
listen.
I see you. Like,
Yeah, so I'm just working. I'm just striking while the iron is, sizzling. I won't say it's hot yet, but it's sizzling. So I'm gonna just go ahead and follow the sizzle.
yeah,
I'm looking to get into acting. Um,
definitely can see that for you.
yeah, so it's like I'm trying to I'm a scaredy cat though. And it's like even though, I've helped my fiance multiple times with like his auditions, I'm like, but what if I look stupid? But what if so it's like so it's anytime you're like tapping into something new, it's always like this
It's
hesitation at
scary.
first.
Yeah.
So yeah, so pretty soon I feel like I'm gonna just go ahead and just dive right in and
Let me tell you a story because maybe this will help you. I was working today and I had the
uh-huh.
Wendy Williams show on. I just turn it on in the background in case I hear something juicy.
Right.
She was interviewing Alfonso Rivera, Carlton from Fresh Prince
Nice.
of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And she was talking about his audition tape for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And he talked about how horrible it was
Uh-huh.
and going back and looking at it and just being like wondering how he got the job. So
Right.
I'll say to you, it don't matter if you look crazy because they showed a clip of it and it was horrible. And he looked crazy. So put yourself out there, girl, because I know you are such a talented person and very
Thank
animated.
you.
And I know will be an amazing actor. So if
Thank
I need to
you.
walk over to your block and push you out there, I will.
I appreciate that. I might need that extra push. Like, get out there,
Go
girl.
on.
Right.
Yes. So, how can people get in touch with you so they can keep up with your future acting gigs, your future singing gigs, maybe book you for some makeup? How can people
um,
get in touch with you?
I'm on Instagram at what is my Instagram? Oh, it's Shanica Q. So it's Shanica and the letter Q.
Yeah.
Um, Facebook is just Shanika Jones, I believe. I pretty much post everything that I'm doing
Yeah.
on Instagram and Facebook. So if you follow me on either one of those pages, you'll be able to keep up with, what's going on, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where you can pretty much follow me.
Yes. And if you guys want to book her for makeup, I think your link is in your Instagram too for booking too, right? I think I saw it
Yeah,
there.
the link is in there for that, and I believe the link is also there for my EP too. So yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
please download her music, stream it, purchase it.
Yes.
Do not pirate it. Make sure my girl gets paid, okay?
Yes, honey.
Or into an audience, artist. Go on YouTube, watch the video.
Yes.
Latest EP is here, available on Apple, Google, Spotify. Look, it's all down there below us.
Yes.
Go on there and follow her on social media and support. I'm so glad that you took some time to hang out with me on this final day of Black Music Month.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon if I ever feel like coming out of my den.
Take your time. You really ain't missing nothing. Just take your time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody gonna still be out there, right?
Right.
Yeah. But just know that I love you. Tell your fiance hello, your daughter
Yes, I
hello.
will.
And hopefully I'll see you soon. But thank you so much for
Thank
being
you for having me. I love you as well. And I can't wait to see you outside, girl.
you guys. The next episode of Wind Down Wednesday, I don't know what day it will be. It's the Wednesday after next. I know it's July something. I'm very sorry I don't have that date. If my producers do, please pop it up down here. We will be back talking about skin, in particular Black skin, and more. We're going to have my personal dermatologist here, and we're going to talk about importance of skin and health and that kind of stuff. Until then, thank you guys. I didn't know what date it was. July the 14th. I don't have the calendar in front of me. Until then, have a great evening. Thank you, Shanica, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a great Wednesday.
Bye.
Wind down.